5 marbles race down 3 different tracks for first place. Choose your marble. Points are scored based on how marbles finish. 2 bonus points get awarded for finishers in this track only. We are off in race 1 of 10. Crusher goes wide out, but keeps a comfortable lead, and looks like that they're going to go past Dominoes and actually start crumbling. Crusher has the lead as they go through these steps, and Crusher will get the victory on Rainforest. And it's going to be a bunch up here. Oh, Avalanche able to squeeze out third place. Marbles that do fall off the track will still count as finishers since they actually reach the finish line. We're now off in race 2, and Crusher and Serpent are in the same lane as they enter the cardboard track, and now right onto this set of dominoes and a ton of barriers. And Crusher and Circus are the only ones on camera currently, and they are both going to have first and second respectively. Who's going to get that third place position? And it looks like it's going to be Rainforest. And they're slowing a ton. Do they have enough speed to get over that drop? Yes, they do. And Serpent is way off course, but they'll still make it to the finish line and finish in 4th place. And Avalanche is the only did-not finisher of this round. If a marble does get stuck somewhere on the track, then they will get no bonus points. They'll still get points anyway. Race 3 is underway, and Crusher appears to have an advantage, but Rainforest manages to squeeze on by, and Circus takes a bump off of them, and they're starting to tumble dominoes, and we already see dominoes farther up top getting tumbled. And looks like more dominoes are tumbling, and Rainforest all in the meanwhile has the victory locked up in this race. Avalanche and Crusher are now nearing the edge of that second drop-off. Avalanche will make it across the line. Crusher cannot, even with a bump from Circus. And by distance to the finish line, Crusher will get the 3rd place standing in this race. And we're now into race 4 of 10. Crusher and Rainforest are tied atop the standings with 17 points. And it's pretty tight here out of the gate. Crusher goes way wide, and Domino's already tumbling. And it looks like that Avalanche has a big lead. They are off screen, and almost no one else is on the screen. And where's everyone else? There's Rainforest. They're going to make it through these steps, if you will, and make it across the line as the second marble. And we see 3 DNFs up top. By a millimeter, Crusher edges out Serpent for the 4th place spot. And that drops him to 3rd place as we enter this next track that has a ton of funnels and 1 elevator. We're now in race 5 of 10, and Crusher almost stalls out right out of the gate. But realize that they're in a race and manage to get going again, and they make a pretty good hit on Rainforest. And we're now in a 5 marble race in this funnel, and Crusher uses that stoppage maybe to their advantage as they get the narrow lead into funnel number 2. Avalanche and Rainforest are 1-on-1, and it looks like Rainforest is able to squeeze right through Crusher as they go down those steps. Now into the 3rd funnel. Avalanche may have gotten stuck, but gets freed by Circus, and then they get stuck themselves. And Serpent is able to free them, and both of them are now in motion. Wow, that could have been a disaster, but not a disaster for Crusher to regain the lead from Rainforest, who falls back to 3rd place after having that lead. Looks like that they have seemingly tired out this early on in the action. Crusher now has a comfortable lead down into funnel number 5. This is still a make or break action for these competitors. Crusher gets through those pegs, no problem. And Avalanche still has the 2nd place advantage. Avalanche is now going to try to catch up on Crusher. Rainforest gets stuck at the top of that red funnel, but gets freed up by Circus. Serpent is now in last place, and they get themselves stuck, and since no one is back there, they are now DNF'd. Crusher has the lead entering the elevator, followed closely by Avalanche, and it's a tight battle for 3rd place. Who gets that 3rd place spot? It's going to be Rainforest over Circus by just a few feet. 4 marbles are still left in this race, and you can see the video being sped up as it took a lot of time for the elevator to even get these marbles lifted up. And we can see a straight track that's actually like keeping the elevator a bit strengthened, because otherwise without it, then this elevator could potentially stall out. As impossible as that might seem, and it's very tight. Rainforest uses Crusher to take the lead, but Circus makes a pretty good hit, and now Crusher makes a hit on Rainforest, and Crusher gets the lead in the unpredictable Cubalino track. And now Avalanche gets into 2nd place. Crusher gets this victory. Rainforest squeezes away 2nd place, and Circus even gets on by, and Avalanche will take 4th place as Serpent DNFs. Rainforest now leads by 3 points over Crusher as we're now in race 6 of 10. It's very tight down that first staircase. They're now spinning around in this opening funnel, and it's very tight. It looks like Avalanche manages to squeeze on by to take the lead, but Rainforest makes a pretty good hit, and it's still neck and neck. It looks like Avalanche uses their body to defend Rainforest, and Avalanche leads into funnel number 3, but Rainforest and Coral Crusher managed to make some pretty good hits to hold Avalanche back, and we'll see who comes out this lead. Looks like Coral Crusher's trying to squeeze way through. Once again, they get the lead down into funnel number 4, and Rainforest and Avalanche are very much neck and neck, and we're seeing pretty much 2 one-on-ones, but now Circus now spreads out from Serpent, and it's a 3 marble race for the lead. Coral Crusher gets the lead down into funnel number 5. These funnels do seem to be very unpredictable. Coral Crusher takes a hit off of Rainforest and uses it as an advantage as they go through these set of pegs. Rainforest is slowly coming in closely, and Rainforest gets stuck on top of that red funnel, and then Avalanche gets stuck on the maze, but Circus doesn't have vibration to get them through. Rainforest proceeds to get Avalanche freed, and then Serpent gets stuck atop the maze, and Coral Crusher gets through, and that gives enough vibration for Serpent to get through. Wow, talk about chaos in one race. Rainforest and Avalanche have that second and third place spots very close to each other. Circus is going to come down in 4th place, and Serpent really trying to conserve their energy in that funnel, and we'll see if that actually pays off for them. And with the last marble making it to the elevator now turns on, and the marbles are being lifted up. Coral Crusher still has the lead, and you probably already knew that since there's no lead changes in the elevator. It's only 1 lane. Coral Crusher has the lead. Circus and Serpent squeeze on past Avalanche in that catcher entering this funnel, and it's very neck and neck. Rainforest uses Coral Crusher and Serpent's body to squeeze on through into the Hoobalino track, and Coral Crusher gets right past him in the Hoobalino funnels, and it looks like the Circus ever so slightly edges out Rainforest, and these Hoobalino funnels are very unpredictable. Circus gets the victory. Avalanche pushes Coral Crusher up top, allowing Rainforest to get 2nd place, and Serpent even squeezes right past the 2 of them to get the 3rd place standing. And Rainforest now leads by 5 points over Coral Crusher as we now enter race 7 out of 10. Avalanche nearly stalls out of the gate, and they managed to make a pretty good hit on Coral Crusher in this first funnel. Circus now has this lead out of the first funnel, and Serpent may have stalled out ever so slightly, but manages to keep on going. And we see Circus and Serpent are very close to the edge of the funnel. Circus keeps that lead, but it's still pretty tight. Serpent now has that 2nd place standing. Rainforest almost stalls out at the top of this funnel. Man, marbles are almost trying to find a place to take a break, but there's no break really in this race except for the elevator section. Circus now has this lead still on Serpent. Rainforest enters this funnel making a nice hit on Serpent. Avalanche and Coral Crusher are pretty tight, battling for 4th place, and it looks like he got a 3 marble race for the lead and then a 2 marble race for last place. Rainforest and Serpent are pretty tight on Circus. Now Avalanche wants to get in on the fun, leaving Coral Crusher pretty far behind. Coral Crusher once led the standings, and looks like here the Circus keeps this lead. Serpent appears to have gotten stuck, and it looks like here that they do get freed by Avalanche, who then gets stuck along with Rainforest on the same row. Coral Crusher makes just enough of vibration that Avalanche manages to get on through. And it looks like here that we're going to have 2 marbles stuck, so we're going to have to go by distance to the finish line. Rainforest will be guaranteed a 4th place if nothing changes. And yeah, it looks like that both marbles are still going to be stuck up top. With that strange incident, we now got just 3 marbles left in this race in Circus, Serpent, and Avalanche. And we see the 2 stopped marbles right behind this elevator, and Circus has the lead off the conveyor belt, and we will now try to catch up to those leaders. And we see Serpent just weaving in and out, trying to make a few hits to squeeze by past Circus, but Circus fends them off pretty well and has the lead into the Hoobalino funnels. Serpent though makes a good hit to squeeze into the lead as they go right for the sharp turn and into this last Hoobalino funnel, and Circus immediately cuts right through Serpent. And Avalanche is taking a lot of time getting through, but they finally get through. And Rainforest now leads by 6 points over Coral Crusher and Circus in the standings. Oh, we see a 4 marble race from 2nd down to 5th place, and it leads to a 5 marble battling effort in this opening funnel, and it's going to be Coral Crusher that wins the battle there. But will they actually win the war? Only time will tell. Serpent is trying to get past Coral Crusher, but Coral Crusher holds on to that leading spot. But Serpent makes a clean hit and body checks Coral Crusher, and Avalanche now makes a hit, and now 3 marbles are on Coral Crusher, and it's very tight for that leading spot, and it's going to be Serpent getting the edge on Coral Crusher, who just barely pips out Avalanche going for that spiral, and the 2 are hitting off of each other. Avalanche is able to squeeze right past Coral Crusher, and then Circus and Rainforest are coming in closely. Serpent keeps that leading spot. Avalanche is now going to try to make some effort on Serpent, but not before Coral Crusher holds them back, and now appears to have the 2nd place standing. Avalanche appears to have 2nd place, but Coral Crusher manages to push them back and even hits out Serpent with a bit of vibration, and Avalanche manages to free up Coal Crusher, who then proceeds to free up Serpent, who got stuck ever so slightly in what could have been a disaster. Circus and Rainforest are playing it safe a bit too much. Rainforest almost stalled out in that maze, and we see a free marble race for the leading spot entering the elevator, which will be led by Avalanche. Circus and Rainforest playing it safe a little too much. That cost them any chance of having the lead entering this elevator. And it looks like that Rainforest actually got stuck right behind the elevator as the marbles were having their break in the action, and now they're going to be lifted up the elevator. So we're now down to just 4 marbles left in this race. A number of DNFs happening in each of these races. The Serpent defends well on Coal Crusher, who then gets pressured by Circus going out of that catcher, and it's very tight between these 4 marbles. Serpent squeezes on past all of them to get the lead. Coal Crusher and Avalanche manage to make some pretty good hits, and Avalanche gets right past both marbles, but Serpent makes a good hit to hold it back. Coal Crusher's gonna get in on the action, and so is Circus. It's tight. Serpent gets the victory, and Circus squeezes right past both Avalanche and Coal Crusher to take the second place spot. And Rainforest, despite that DNF, still has a 2-point lead entering this final track, which is basically a sprint down to the finish. And they are off. We're gonna go in slow motion here. Rainforest might have the lead here. Serpent, though, might be able to capitalize on Rainforest bumping the walls. And we're going to go to super slow motion here. It looks like Rainforest has nearly gotten the win in a tight race. They have a 5-point lead, and Avalanche and Circus are pretty tight here early on in this last race. And we're going to go to super slow motion here. Avalanche gets the victory, and Coal Crusher barely pips Rainforest. And Rainforest will be the champion of this tournament, but we still have an unfinished duel between Circus and Avalanche. They'll compete in a tiebreaker race. They're in the middle 2 lanes and are off. Circus has the lead, and they nearly disappear from the camera. And we see they have the lead going down the slope. Avalanche is pretty far back, and Circus is the tiebreaker winner. Congratulations to our podium finishers, and thanks for watching, everyone.